The Iraqi capital of Baghdad suffered greatly following the U.S.-led invasion in 2003 and from the growth of the ISIS terror network that followed. But now America and Iraq have claimed victory over ISIS, and that declaration has had a tangible effect. The ancient city has been brought back to life, but with new tensions in the region, some wonder if it can last. Roxanna Saberi reports from Baghdad.
For years, this was the Baghdad broadcast around the world, a city shaken by battles and bombs. Images that residents fear could be repeated if tensions between the U.S. and Iran drag their country into a new war. A year and a half since Iraq declared victory over ISIS, the Iraqi capital is edging toward normalcy, with traffic jams and people strolling in the streets.
The atmosphere here feels pretty normal and ordinary, which is why it's so extraordinary. Just 1 year ago, this market would have been so dangerous, we wouldn't have even considered walking through these streets, much less at night and without a flak jacket and a helmet. We did coordinate with Iraqi security forces ahead of time, and they told us to calm on down.
Still, the authorities insisted on giving us a police escort, because as foreign journalists speaking with local residents, we clearly stood out. Abu Nashwan told us these days he feels relatively secure. How concerned are you that this security would be shattered if Iraq is dragged into a war by the U.S. and Iran? Very worried, he said. We are fed up with war. At Baghdad Operations Command, General Sadman says he prefers to focus on preventing the reemergence of ISIS, also known as Daesh.
We are a war and a sustainable war against Daesh and against terrorism. This is Baghdad.
He says ISIS still threatens parts of the country, but for now, Iraqi security forces are keeping the capital calm.
When was the last time Baghdad saw a deadly car bomb or a deadly terrorist attack?
More than 1 year, yes.
More than 1 year ago?
1 year and a half, maybe.
In the streets of Baghdad, we saw how the general, who used to be on TV bringing bad news about terrorism, is now treated like a celebrity from the winning team.
Everybody knows you.
Yeah.
As security has improved, Baghdad's landscape has changed.
These blast walls were built to protect against the car bombs that used to rock Baghdad on a daily basis. They were a symbol of just how dangerous the city had become.
Now they're coming down, but they aren't being destroyed because they may still be needed. A sign that while the city is growing confident, it remains cautious.
How safe do you feel?
80% safer than before, Rania Fallah told us. God willing, it will get even better. Iraqis realize that depends not only on them, but also on the U.S. and Iran keeping their country out of another war. For CBS This Morning Saturday, Roxanna Saberi, Baghdad.
You know, when war is being waged right in your backyard, you have a very different perspective. The last time Americans have seen that kind of combat was what? The Civil War.
Interesting to see that they've taken the blast walls down, but they're not destroying them yet.
That's what stood out to me also.
Yeah.